Assalamu alaikum everybody. Hope you're all doing great. Today's story, A Brilliant Teacher by Ameena Golding. Hi, I'm Saida Nikat Sumaya and you're watching Islamic Story Reader. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Maybe just a touch more. Yes, perfect, said Aisha to herself as she finished applying some eyeshadow. Fatima walked in. Hey Fatima, said Aisha, still preoccupied with putting on her makeup. Hey is for horses, laughed Fatima. I think the word you're looking for is Assalamu alaikum. Oh yeah, sorry, I meant Assalamu alaikum. Fatima was 13, prayed 5 times a day and read the Quran a lot. On the other hand, Aisha, who was 10, often forgot to pray and this would frustrate Fatima. Aisha would focus on applying her makeup, trying different hairstyles, or remembering when the next designer handbags would go on sale. Aisha, do you really need to wear that much makeup? Asked Fatima, gazing at her in distaste. Fatima didn't wear a lot of makeup because she knew it was important in Islam for women to be modest in their appearance. Of course I need to wear all this makeup. I need to keep up with the latest fashion trends, or else people at school will start to think I'm not cool. Duh, said Aisha, starting to get frustrated by her sister's grouchy remarks. Gosh, you're so boring, Fatima. When was the last time you dressed up or carried a trendy handbag? All you do is wear your frumpy trousers and long tops. You're just jealous because I'm so much cooler than you. There was a long silence. You know what? I don't know why I even bothered trying to make you see the errors of your ways, Aisha. You're never going to change. Go on, wear all those expensive clothes and forget your religion. See if I care. I hate being your sister. Sister, shouted Fatima, banging the door shut. She retreated to her own room and suddenly felt guilty for shouting at her younger sister. Fatima, called Dad, knocking at the bedroom door. Fatima dear, what's going on? Fatima opened the door and explained how Aisha had been neglecting her prayers and Quran studies because she was too busy spending time on clothes and other material things. Dear, I can see you're concerned. So am I, but shouting doesn't resolve anything, said Dad, calming Fatima down. I know I shouldn't have shouted. I let my anger get the better of me, said Fatima. No, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was a teacher, said Dad. Really? Replied Fatima, surprised. Yes. Didn't he teach people about Islam throughout his life? Said Dad. Oh yeah, of course, exclaimed Fatima. Dad continued. You know, Fatima, in teachers' training courses, we were taught to be clear and direct with our students, to add humor and use parables. Children understand more if they know how to apply the knowledge they acquire, said Dad. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was always direct and clear in his teachings. He explained things very clearly to his companions. Every religion has a distinctive quality, and the distinctive quality of Islam is modesty. Similarly, about manners, he said, the best of you are those who possess the best of manners. He used to ask his companions questions and sometimes used parables to explain the teachings of Islam. Example, when he was teaching some companions about the virtues of wudu, the Prophet asked them, do you think any dirt will remain on a person if he has a river by his house and he washes himself in it 5 times a day? And the companions replied, no. He then said, this is what happens when you perform wudu 5 times a day and pray. That's a nice way, Dad. We always enjoy the classes where teachers are relaxed and humorous. I can see how the Prophet's way of teaching transformed the worst nation into the best of the nations. Thanks, Dad, for showing me the right way to correct my sister. Dad smiled. You are most welcome, Fatima. It was Friday morning and the girls were getting ready for school. Aisha stared into her bowl of cornflakes, stirring the milk slowly and aimlessly. Aisha, are you actually going to eat your breakfast or just stare at it? Called Mom. I don't really feel like eating anything, replied Aisha quietly. Mom realized something was wrong. Is this about your little argument with Fatima yesterday? I just don't really know. I mean, I thought I was doing the right thing by making myself popular. The most important thing is to have a lot of friends, right? If I'm popular, then I'll surely do well in life, said Aisha, though not entirely convinced. What's wrong with having lots of clothes and makeup? Assalamu alaikum, Aisha, said Fatima as she opened the door to the kitchen. Walaikum assalam, replied Aisha quietly. Aisha, I'm sorry for shouting at you like that. I shouldn't have gotten so angry, said Fatima, feeling ashamed. It's okay. I just don't see why I shouldn't wear all these designer clothes and makeup, Aisha trailed off. Fatima, rather than getting angry, spoke gently. Aisha, I want to tell you a story. One day the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ returned from a journey and went to visit his loving daughter Fatima. When he reached her house, he didn't enter but turned back. Ali was told about this and he came to the Prophet and inquired about it. The Prophet replied, I saw a multicolored curtain on your door and I am not interested in worldly things. Ali told Fatima about this and Fatima said, I am ready to dispense with it as he suggests. The Prophet suggested we should give it in charity to needy people, and Fatima did so. Aisha listened intently. So you see, Aisha, we shouldn't get too attached to material things like designer handbags. We should focus on doing good and look forward to the pleasures of the next life, ended Fatima. Wow, I didn't know that. Sorry, Fatima, I really should have listened to you, said Aisha in an apologetic tone. It's okay to wear a bit of makeup or to carry a nice bag, but don't waste your time and money on it so much that you forget what really matters in life, like being a good person and a better Muslim, said Fatima. Yeah, you're right, thanks, agreed Aisha. The two girls smiled. Now, are you ready to go to school? Asked Fatima. Wait, there's just one quick thing I have to do, said Aisha, running upstairs. 5 minutes later, she came down carrying a sack full of bags. She had also removed some of her makeup. Aisha, the point of that story was that you would carry fewer bags, not more, said Fatima, desperately trying not to raise her voice. Oh no, Fatima, these bags aren't for me. I'm taking them to the charity shop on the way to school, said Aisha. Fatima looked surprised. Oh, well done, she said, as she smiled at her younger sister. Aisha walked into the cafeteria. She could see her friends, Lamia and Ruhina, sitting at the table by the window. Aisha waved at them eagerly from the queue. Ruhina, is that really Aisha? Whispered Lamia in a surprised tone. Yeah, I think that's her. Doesn't she look different without the makeup? Replied Ruhina. I know, right? She used to be so cool. What has happened to her now? Maybe if we go on hanging out with her, we might not stay popular anymore, said Lamia, worried about what others would think of her. Quickly, she's coming over now. Let's just pretend that we have to go to history class or something, whispered Ruhina. Assalamu alaikum, Lamia and Ruhina, exclaimed Aisha, joining them at the table. Hey Aisha, said Lamia. Listen, we really have to go to history class. Talk to you later. Ruhina and Lamia quickly walked off. But it's still lunchtime. Classes don't start for another half an hour, Aisha called after them. Aisha was upset. She had followed her sister's advice and look at what had happened. She not only became unpopular, but her two best friends had ditched her. She tried to use her math folder as a shield so that no one could see her crying. From the corner of her tear-filled eyes, she could see Fatima walking over towards her. Aisha, are you okay? What's wrong? Exclaimed Fatima. Everything's wrong, Fatima, wailed Aisha. I tried so hard to follow your advice, but now my friends have left me and I'm not popular anymore. Aisha, it's okay. Listen to me, began Fatima, hugging her sister and trying to comfort her. Life isn't all about being popular. It's about doing good deeds and pleasing Allah. Remember the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, modesty is a part of faith and faith leads to heaven, while vulgarity leads to hardness of heart and hardness of heart leads to hell. You're doing the right thing. Yeah, I know, but... Before Aisha could say anything else, Anisa, one of the most popular girls in school, walked up to Aisha. Oh, hey, loser, jeered Anisa, sticking her tongue out at Aisha, who was so angry that she would have strode over to Anisa and hurt her if it weren't for Fatima holding her back and saying, Aisha, just ignore them. You're doing the right thing, and Allah will reward you, inshallah. Aisha felt like she had to say something. She had to stick up for herself. Anisa, do you even know that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ advised Muslim women to always be modest in their appearance? Life isn't all about clothes and fashion. It's about being a good person and doing good deeds to please Allah. So I'm not going to listen to your teasing, exclaimed Aisha. Anisa was taken aback by Aisha's sudden confidence and belief in what she was saying. Wait, so the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ advised women to dress modestly? Said Anisa, looking shocked. I didn't know that, she trailed off. Yes, he did. Someone once told me a story, began Aisha, glancing at Fatima, a true story. It was about the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and his beloved daughter Fatima. Aisha then began to tell Anisa and a few other girls who had gathered round. Thanks for telling me that, Aisha. I didn't know that, said Anisa quietly, looking down at the floor in sheer embarrassment. Fatima looked at Aisha, feeling happy about the way her younger sister had handled the situation, maintaining her poise and calm. I'm sorry, Aisha, for being so mean and treating you in such a way. You really have inspired me by telling that story. Really, I had no idea that Muslim women are supposed to be modest. I guess we all learn something new every day, said Anisa with a little nervous laugh. It's okay, replied Aisha, smiling. Hey, you know what we should do, said Anisa? We should set up a club for Muslim girls where they can come and get advice on similar issues. I didn't know all this, and I'm sure there are loads of Muslim girls in the school who would be interested in learning about Islam. That's a great idea, Anisa, replied Aisha. So I hope you enjoyed my reading. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Bye bye. Assalamu alaikum.